To the voices coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Medina Azaki. Now, the crisis between, Governor Fubara and the former governor of the state, as well as the minister of the FCT, Mr. Nelson Wike, has no end in sight. We all thought that, after the reinstatement of the governor, everything will calm down and governance will take shape. But as we speak today, the crisis is on. The impeachment saga is on. A notice has already been served to the court. And as we speak, the court is halting that impeachment. Today, we're going to be talking to an insider who will be telling us exactly what the problem is and what is the way forward. But that will be after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. I'm being joined by a former permanent secretary. He's the current vice chairman of the Vice President Academy of International Affairs and currently the national chairman of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF. Dr. Godnose Igali, many thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much, Bettina.
All right. Happy 2026. It's good to see you at the beginning of the year.
Thank you, and same to you. Happy New Year.
All right. Okay. Tell us exactly why is there no end to this, conflict between Governor Fubara and his predecessor? Why is this crisis not coming to an end? Why?
I hope you can see me because it's blurry.
Yes, I can see you clearly. I can see you.
Okay. Let me say that I don't agree with you completely that there is no end in sight. Where there are human beings, there will always be conflict at different levels. The conflict between nations, conflict between groups, conflict between individuals. So, yes, there are issues to be tackled in Rivers State. But again, what is more important is that there's a will and a willingness to get beyond the issues and solve the issues.
Okay. So what are these issues? Now that you said there are issues, what are these issues? I know you had a meeting with the minister of the FCT. That's PANDEF had a meeting with him yesterday, if I'm correct. But tell us exactly what are the issues?
Well, I did not meet with him, but we constituted a peace committee. And if you remember, before the departure of our father, Chief Edmund Clark, he had also set up a peace committee headed by Obon Victor, the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, and the co-chairman of the board of trustees of PANDEF, high-level committee which tried to broker peace. That committee at that time met the two sides. The only person they could not meet at that time was the minister of the FCT. But they met all the two sides that were in conflict. Unfortunately, just at the threshold of getting to a solution, a state of emergency was declared. So it was not possible. That committee became dissolved naturally. Now, with the conflict coming up again, we could not watch Rivers State burning. We are the same people, those of us from
Dr. Igali, if you can hear me, I think there's a pause, yes, as far as your network is concerned. Can you hear us? I think we're having network glitches. We'll take a break and we'll come back and see if Dr. Igali can still join us. We'll be back. Yes, Go ahead, sir. We can hear you now.
Just network glitches. So what I'm trying to say is that we've set up a committee because the River State is very important to us from the Niger Delta. It is headquarters of the Niger Delta, and from all the states of Niger Delta, hundreds of thousands of our citizens live there, besides other hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Nigerians and expatriates. River State is also the epicenter of the Nigerian oil and gas industry, the mainstay of the national economy. So because of all that, we the elders, as neutral and non-partisan as we are, cannot watch things degenerate. And because it is in River State, there's a tendency for either party to accuse some of the elders of River State who are colleagues. So the rest of us from other states came together under BANDEP, which is the mother body of the region, to set up a high-powered committee headed by the former Attorney General of the Federation, Chief Kano Agabi. Other members include Senator Obende Domingo, one of the ranking senators from the Seventh Republic. And we also have Dr. Igali, a former federal permanent secretary. Actually, she was in charge of Ministry of Labor for much of President Buhari's, President Obasanjo's government, and was responsible for the industrial peace we had in that period up to Yar'Adua's time. Then we have also Major General Broderick, the mayor from Delta State, who was the commandant of Tradoc. We have Mrs. Nella Ewa, who was former Attorney General of Cross River State. We have Mike Ejiofor. Mike Ejiofor is your friend. He's a former National Director in the DSS. And then we have Prince Okoti, who is the secretary of the group. So you can see it's a very high-powered group. They've made some big achievements.
Dr. Igali, before we go to the achievement, what are these issues? What are the lingering issues that have not been solved?
There are human issues. There are storms in teacup. There are human issues, misunderstanding, personality issues, issues of misunderstanding. And sometimes I think that we exaggerate the situation.
Okay, you say we exaggerate, but the current situation doesn't seem to be an exaggeration. It seems more like a desperation by the predecessor himself who wants the governor out. Dr. Igali, can you still hear me? Hello? Oh, there's... Can you still hear me? Yes. So it's not about exaggeration. It's about desperation to get power back.
Not desperation. Let me tell you. No. Look, in almost every state, there's a problem. Almost every state.
But the problems that we've seen in other states didn't call for impeachment. Dr. Igali, can you still hear us? Network glitches are just
yeah. So look, you are receiving calls, I'm receiving calls. But you see, the desperation is not the issue. The issue is that in many other states, there are conflicts. If the vice president can tell the state governor, I will resolve you and your governor, that means that there are issues everywhere in the country. There's a state where the governor, a minister, serving minister, from the Northwest has been declared persona non grata in his own state. So there are issues, even close to us here. But
in the Northwestern state, nobody impeached anybody, and nobody declared state of emergency in those states. But let me come back to. So because of time, sir, because of time.
No, I want to put my thought across. Yeah. The point is that River State case, yes, unfortunately, there's a more expressive and a more disturbing trend. That's why we've set up a committee. A matter of not fulfilling agreement, because the governor has his duties, the legislature has their duties. The former minister has finished his tenure, is doing a good job in the FCT. So there are human issues. This is the point I'm making. There are human issues. All these are responsible Nigerians. So what we are now trying to do is to bring them together to a point where matured elders, national leaders, people who have paid their dues, fathers and mothers of this country, can listen to them and resolve them.
But when you hear the minister of the FCT, publicly saying that the governor during their meeting with the president agreed to a one term and that he has to stick to the one term and not go for a second term, so it means there's a breach of agreement. I don't know if you're preview to the agreement that was signed or that was discussed.
No, I'm not preview. I couldn't have a preview because I'm not part of that process. But listen to me.
Yeah. The
Constitution says every governor can do 2 terms. And the minister of FCT, as I've always said, our son, is a fantastic human being. But the difference between the minister and maybe the governor, the minister is expressive. The minister says his views. Governor does not talk too much. He's on the quiet side. He's an introverted person. So, and sometimes the minister is quoted out of context. I believe that the minister is quoted out of context. He's a lawyer. And he knows, so often people quote him out of context. So I'm sure that also the circumstances, when things happen, when you get angry, we can say certain things. So this is why the elders are conciliating, mediating, and making peace. And I think all of us will close them again.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
President Tinubu has to deal with security. He has to deal with economy. He has to deal with youth employment. He has to deal with agriculture. He has to deal with so many things. So Rivers State cannot be the sick baby where the president has to be doing every time. This is why we have been paneled very senior people. But the good news, and you have not allowed me to give you the good news.
Okay.
The good news is that besides all the optics that you hear, there's good negotiation going on. The panel met the minister of FCT, the chairman, has met with him at least twice. The members of the panel were in Port Harcourt. They met both sides. They met supporters of the minister, supporters of the governor, and they met the governor himself. Had about a 3-hour meeting with the governor. So now they have a better picture as matured elders. Martina, you will agree with me. In Africa, we say that a people perish where there are no elders.
Yes.
And when there are elders, there's always the way. So before, it was difficult to get even to talk to some of these people. Now they are talking. So it means that there's a willingness on both sides. There's a willingness on the side of the minister of the FCT. The last time, they could not be the minister of FCT. But this time, they have met twice. With the chairman of the committee.
Doctor.
And also the committee has met with both sides. So I think we're making progress. And the noise may come once in a while. 1 or 2 people express their views, but we're getting somewhere.
All right. Doctor, I know as a man of peace, you're trying to paint a very, optimistic, outcome out of all of this crisis. But I want to tell you that nobody quoted the minister of the FCT out of context. He's the one who has been going from one event to another, saying his mind, saying the governor has to go and all of that. But I'm happy that, negotiations are going on, discussions are going on. But let me ask you, give us an expo into these discussions that are going on. What exactly is going on? That is one leg. The other leg of the question.
I am not a member of the committee, but because I panel the committee as national chairman of panel.
If the sticking point is a one-term agreement, that there must be a one-term, is this something that your group and the governor will accept from the FCT minister?
I don't have a say. Mine is to make this. So it's not whether I will accept or the minister or the governor will accept. It's something like that. But what I'm saying is that statements have been made. It is there for the governor to accept it. It's something like that. But what I'm saying is that statements have been made at political level. Look, at political level. Look, my dear, I have been here long enough. I've been in government circles very long enough. I've worked with 5 heads of states behind the scene. seen but not heard. And when these people talk, politicians talk, sometimes they make statements, and later you see that some statements are made out of the spur of the moment. Statements are made out of the spur of the moment. So let us give the benefit of the doubt. The FCT minister, for him to meet twice with the chairman of the committee, so he has poured out his mind, and I believe that then they met also with one of the main people in the FCT minister's side, a very prominent leader in Rivers State. They met with him for about 1.5 hours, and they met with the Rivers State Council of Elders and met with the Rivers State Chiefs group. So they've got a broad spectrum. Now they have a periscopic view of what is going on. And then these elders will now sit down, analyze, and then be able to see how they can conciliate. Look, to make peace is not easy. You know, and I know, even when two people quarrel, to make peace, everybody has his point of view. And sometimes our points of view will make us.
Okay, all right. You said the president is very, very busy. Mr. Gali, Dr. Gali, if you can hear me, you said the president is very, very busy, and River State can't be the sick baby, trying to draw him back. But again, the president is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now the governor is a member of the APC, and the minister is a de facto member of the APC too. The governor is a member of the APC. The minister is also a de facto member of the APC. So wouldn't it be better to make your work much, much easier? Wouldn't it be better for the president to call the two of them to order and say, look, whatever problem that you people have must be resolved today and governance must continue? Shouldn't the president do that?
President is our father, is the father of the country, is the chief executive of Nigeria. I'm not a spokesman of the president. I don't draw up the schedule. But whatever any one of us can do to help him to focus on other things, I'm sure the government will appreciate that. Besides, I agree with you. I don't think the minister is a member of the APC. By the last count, it's not. He's the minister in the cabinet. But yes, the governor is a member of the APC. The people on the other side of the assembly are also in the APC. What we are doing is the president is aware because he's well informed. And the APC as a party is well informed. Besides, or while others are apolitical. So let us see what the outcome will still go to the president. It is the president that will attend everything. So, but for now, let's not drag the president into everything. Mr. President, even at the local level, if there's a problem in the village, some chiefs will sit down and conciliate before it will go to the paramount ruler, the overall ruler. So, but let's not get too agitated by the fact that President Tinubu does not get into this kitchen and people are shouting in front of him. In fact, President Tinubu is tolerant. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I worked with President Obasanjo. Listen to me. I worked with President Obasanjo as a senior special assistant. And we had Abdul Mohammed, who was the chief of staff. During those meetings, when all these kind of quarrels come, the general will say, Mr. President, you are not part of this meeting. All of you, get out of power. Whether governors or not. That's how we used to do. But President Tinubu spends time to bother on this thing. So we will not allow him to always get into this kitchen.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, the ball will stop on the table.
Okay, so let's go to the people of River State, the people who are affected the most with this back and forth crisis. What exactly is the level of governance as we speak today? And what is the level of tolerance of the people themselves, the ones who are caught in the middle?
If you know River State well, it's a very peaceful state. Perhaps one of the most peaceful states in the country. And law-abiding states in the country. River State people have maintained peace. They've not bothered themselves about what politicians are doing. They're minding their business. One of the largest economies in the state, in the country. The governor is going about commissioning projects, doing new projects, and flagging up new projects. So governance is going on. Politicians are doing theirs, but governance is going on. Port Harcourt is very peaceful. It's one of the few cities that you don't even need an escort to move around, just drive around. So I think that we just had the national polo tournament in Port Harcourt. over the weekend, showing the peace in the state. So the citizens are just praying, hoping and praying that these politicians, because definitely both the assembly and the governor will be distracted one way or the other. But it is not to the point of affecting governance.
Okay. What is the time frame that this crisis will be resolved? Are we going to hear good news in a week or 2 weeks or 1 month?
Yes, we gave the committee 2 weeks at the first instance. We made it clear, first instance. First instance. We said 2 weeks. Make peace 2 weeks. So I think by this week, they've been in Rivers State last week. By today, all of them have come back to Abuja for some other meetings because some critical stakeholders are here. And they will go back to Rivers State. So we're hoping that by this weekend end.
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you. Dr. Igali, can you hear us? Network issue. Yeah. So much network glitches this morning.
This week. I go tonight.
Okay. All right. As we wind down.
I'm hearing you very well.
Yes. As we wind down.
Network issue. I'm hearing you.
Okay. At a point, I couldn't hear you. That's why I was asking if there are network issues from your side.
So when you speak, whenever you speak, I hear you, but the bandwidth affects us. Let's go
on. Okay. All right. So as we wind down, Dr. Igali, are you a member of the APC or the PDP as we speak?
What is your business with that?
Now I wanted to know.
I don't belong to a party. No, I don't belong to any party.
Okay.
I'm not a member of any party. I'm neither a member of PDP nor a member of APC. I'm a national leader. I'm a leader of the Niger Delta, of the South.
Okay.
And I have to be apolitical, and I've taken that oath before God that for me it is to protect the interests of our people. For me, is to see that there's peace in the Niger Delta. We're very critical to the national economy. Listen, there was a day we're doing oil production, 2.2 million barrels a day. Today we're doing 1.5 million barrels. What is wrong? So these are things that bother me. We have to increase oil production to help the national economy, to help the president, to help all of us, our children, so our schools can work, the educational loan fund can work, our hospitals can work. And more important, about the state of infrastructure, we have to increase oil production so government can have money to do more of that. I'm bothered about the environment of Niger Delta. Our environment is destroyed. Let government help us to do the environment. And these are things that bother me, and it's not partisan politics. I wish politicians all the best. I will continue to give them all the support they need to work. But ours is to maintain peace among our people, between the various ethnic groups in the Niger Delta, to ensure that we all live peacefully and that Nigeria is progressing.
Okay, I'm happy that you are now a political. I only asked you because the whole of your region is now an APC, and so I was thinking that all the elders too will be APC.
No, I don't agree with you. There are a lot of PDP people. The region was traditionally PDP.
But all your governors are APC right now as we speak.
The governors, yes, the governors are APC, but many members of National Assembly are still PDP. Many of them. So it means that there are two parties, main parties in the area. In fact, I think there's even one person from either SDP, one of the states.
Okay.
So it's not there, no party. It cannot be. People have their different opinions.
Okay. Was it a smart move that